let's talk about some Super Bowl odds and the matchup for the Super Bowl between the Eagles and the Chiefs. Unless there's anything else you guys want to add on Eagles 49ers. The Eagles. So anyway, Super Bowl odds, William Hill. The Eagles have taken a bunch of steam in the last little bit. They are now -2 or -2.5 after KC opened as a 1-point favorite. Total of 49.5. What do you think wins over Wilson?
Wait, the Eagles are -2. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have KC open at -1. By the way, Steve, who actually does this for a living, and he's smart. He says he does the simulations for Sportsline. The odds have the game as a pick'em. In my initial simulation, this came out at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time after the football game. Also has the coin flip. The Chiefs are winning just over 50%, but the Eagles are actually averaging more points per sim, 23.7 to 23.6. What's the over-under? Do you have that?
I do 49.5.
So this is 47.3, it sounds like, if I did the math correctly. So maybe the under is an early play?
Possibly.
Hey, Brinson, can I get some credit for my line that everybody laughed at and then
you did get it right. We did laugh at you and you got it right.
Wait, what was the line?
He said -7 or something else.
My line was -7.5 and he blew it out of the water. Actually,
that's not how that works.
No, but I'm just saying though, at the end of my line technically wasn't wrong. It was.
No, it was wrong because
it was wrong. You're right.
I know what you're saying.
For the Philly San Fran game.
Well, I mean, if you had said that Josh Johnson was playing most of the game, then it probably would have been 7.5. That's that's sort of the difference there. I guess I gotta get a hedge in on my Eagles Super Bowl future, huh? I got Eagles -2.5. Hey, vey. So I could buy the Chiefs up to +3.
Wait, would you say the point spread is right now?
2.5. I see 2.5 or -2, depending on
the Eagles. Philly -2.
The Eagles.
The Eagles are favored over Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Okay, well, I was saying that because Circa Sports had opened it as Chiefs favored by 2.5.
Yeah.
And it's already flipped.
The Philly is getting steamed aggressively. Now, whether that's an Eagles thing or whether it's a Patrick Mahomes injury thing, there's also some buzz, is Jalen Hurts perfectly healthy? There's 2 weeks to go. You'll have to see all these people and whether or not, what the deal is. I mean, look, if I've got the Eagles to win a bunch of money to win the Super Bowl, I'm hedging some on the Chiefs, I think.
Oh, that's funny because you do have a Eagles future ticket.
Cash a nice one on the NFC Championship. Thank you very much.
He's a fake Eagles fan. I just want you.
I'm not an Eagles fan. I'm an Eagles fan this year.
No. But you've claimed earlier in the year on the podcast that you were an Eagles fan.
You fell for it.
It's a running gag that I say I'm a lifelong Eagles fan. I'm not.
But he did pick them
the whole game. The whole game you were anti-Eagles. The whole game.
No, I was not. You tried to suggest that some other thing washed out the non-review of the Devonta Smith thing, and I was like, no, it's not nearly as valuable. And then I showed you like win percentage and EPA per play and how that matters. You're like, I don't care about EPA. Yeah, I mean, I think, but basically, I'm a fan of whoever I pick to win the Super Bowl each year. Basically, at this point, that's the Eagles. So here we are. I think my initial lean would be if I'm getting points with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, I am taking those points. I think the Eagles could easily win the game. Wouldn't be shocked by it. But if you're giving me 2 or 2.5 points in the Super Bowl, or if it gets to 3, the Chiefs will get smashed. The total, I think I would probably lean to the under because of the way we've seen these two defenses play the last couple of weeks. The Chiefs are getting the pass rush home. The Eagles are not afraid to run the ball. The Chiefs are not afraid to run the ball a ton in the second half if they have a lead. And I think it just won't be a ton of big shots. We always see the first quarter low scoring in Super Bowls as teams feel each other out. So I think I would lean towards the under in this one in the Chiefs. Any thoughts from you guys?
Well, that's why I got it at -1 for KC. I'm leaning Chiefs early, but we'll see. I mean, there's a lot to sort out health-wise, of course. And not only just Patrick Mahomes, but all those receivers that didn't play in the second half. That'll be huge.
Yeah, Jeffrey Benson, Breech put this in Slack, but Jeffrey Benson at the Circa Sports said, Super Bowl opened at Circa Sports with Kansas City Chiefs -2.5 with a total of 51. The market disagreed and said our opener was garbage. It'll be interesting to see where the number goes in the next 2 weeks. This actually could be a fun one because a lot of times in the last few years, we've seen the numbers pop up and it just doesn't move the whole time, because of where it is. This one, it feels like it go back and forth a lot because of the two quarterbacks. The quarterbacks have been injured late in the season. You have two popular teams. This game should do Buffo ratings.
Wait, what kind of ratings? So before Brinson went crazy, Breech, Victor Garcia, I think was in the comments mentioned, how come we're not talking about Andy Reid off the bye? Because this is obviously Andy Reid off the bye. The last time we had this conversation in person was at the Miami Super Bowl. Oh my gosh, he's still talking about the last time we had this conversation was in Miami together when we saw the 49ers come back against, or excuse me, the Chiefs come back against the 49ers on that long pass. Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill went on to win, yada, yada, yada. So does that weigh in at all? And
yes, I was going to bring it up, but
Okay,
you guys didn't ask me about my Super Bowl points yet. We hadn't gotten that far yet. I love the Andy Reid factor here. Obviously, coaching against his old team, I think he's going to be motivated. Look, the people who were in charge there are still there. You know, you want to prove to Jeffrey Wolf, you want to prove to Howie Roseman. Those guys are still in the front office, and I think that Andy Reid would love nothing more than to make sure that they don't get another Lombardi trophy. And so, yeah, I think Andy Reid off the bye. I think that's where I'd lean right this second. But again, like we said, there's so many injuries, things you have to figure out. You have to know how healthy Patrick Mahomes is going to be, how healthy everyone in this game is going to be. But the revenge factor for Reid getting fired and now facing his old team 10 seasons later is very fascinating.